Bro, I got all my guests are special, but I got a super special guest coming up here in just a minute. Um, the guest that I have coming on Testify Tuesdays show is no other than Mikaila Davis. Mikaila Davis is my first cousin, and she's a California girl. Beautiful, super intelligent, awesome human being. And I'm so blessed and thankful that she's going to be on the Testify Tuesday show. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. For the most part, she will be the first Testify Tuesday female guest, and I'm looking forward to asking her some questions and her giving her story, her testimony as to her health and fitness. Mikaila is a graduate. I think she's a double graduate of she graduated, I think, in Cordova, out in California, and then she transferred to the University of Arkansas. I did attend her graduation. She has her specialty or degree was in I believe sports medicine. But we're gonna get her on here, and we're gonna tackle all that and see what she has to say, and see what she's up to. And yeah, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be really good. So yeah, Mikaila graduated from the University of Arkansas, and so she's got a partner, a friend. Her name's Megan. Megan's she's a personal trainer, bodybuilder, individual, and she looks good. But both of these girls are knockouts. They both look great. Their personalities are super. Awesome people. Can't say enough.
Hello?
Hello, Mikaila.
How's it going?
It's going great. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How do I sound? Pretty good.
Good? Yeah, I can hear you clear.
Really? Are you sitting down?
Yeah, I'm at the kitchen table just chilling.
Oh my God! Well, here we go. I just I did a little intro on you right quick, and we're gonna you are live, just to let you know. Say hi to the Testify Tuesdays audience.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Good to be here.
Yeah, I was just telling everybody how. I was just telling everybody that you are the first female guest on the show.
Oh, it's awesome.
I know. It really is awesome. It's a blessing. We're glad to have you here. I'm glad that you're here. And
Yeah.
so this is your first podcast, right?
For sure, yeah. I'm an avid listener. Listen to a few of them a week. But, yeah, I've never been on one before, so this will be cool.
Okay. Well, you can have fun. Okay. So here we go. Welcome to Testify Tuesdays. Testify Tuesdays is my show, Alter Beast TV, a.k.a. Tona Davis. It's my show where I bring on guests, and they give their input with regard. They give input whether it be personal or educational. They give their input on the. They give their testimony as to the aspects of health and nutrition, and my personal favorite, natural bodybuilding.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty awesome. So look, I was telling, or we're gonna get right into this. I was telling everybody right before we got you on that you are a Arkansas graduate, and is it sports medicine?
Yeah, so I actually got my undergrad degree at Concordia University, where I got a track scholarship, kind of what brought me into the field. And I studied there. I studied exercise sports science, and then knew I wanted to get a master's. So that's when I went to the U of A, University of Arkansas, and I got my master's in athletic training. So a lot of people think those are personal trainers, although I am a personal trainer. It's quite different, whereas we're kind of rehabbing injured athletes on the sidelines, taping ankles, icing them down, and that type of stuff. So, yeah, I got it 2 years ago almost now.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's only been 2 years, but it has been a long time. I attended Mikaila's graduation, and that was a great special time in my life and yours also. So, what was the other university? I was telling everybody that I think it was, I got the Arkansas part right, but I thought.
Yeah, so I went to Concordia University in Irvine, California.
Is that Cordova?
It's a tiny little, what's that?
Cordova University?
Concordia. Yeah, Concordia University in Irvine, California. There's 9 Concordias. It's a pretty big university system. And yeah, they're small Lutheran schools. So I had never even heard of it down in LA pretty much. But they contacted me to give me a scholarship for track. I said, why not? And that's how I ended up there. But yeah, it's a pretty small school.
Awesome. Well, look here. We're going to do we're going to go in reverse here right quick. I got a couple questions I want to ask you, and then
Sure.
Then we're like kind of fast forward into what you're doing in your story. So,
yeah.
What the first question I always ask everyone when I get them on the show is, who? Well, that's the second part of the question. The first part of the question is when did you start? When did you start working out? Or and when I mean working out, I mean when I say start working out, I mean when did you start? I don't know, jogging, doing push-ups, sit-ups. When did you actually get into fitness? How old were you?
I'd say that probably by my junior year of high school.
Wow.
I was starting to realize that I was getting pretty good at track, and I had football coaches teaching me throwing, which is not a good combination, but it is what it is. And so they were like, you need to get in the weight room, you can get stronger and stuff. So I've been lifting probably since I was 15, 16. And even before that, I'd asked my dad to take me to the gym and teach me some stuff. So I've always had a propensity for it. I wanted to learn about movement and stuff. I just didn't know who to ask and how to do it. But when I got really serious about it, I would say it was even after college, after I was a college athlete, and it was like a job or a chore to get done to go compete. Kind of how I treated it then. In hindsight, it's not a good idea, but really serious about it. Probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I was like, wait, I want it in my life, and I want it to have a purpose, and I want it long term. It's not necessary for me to squat huge amounts or bench huge amounts without the proper form like I did in college. So I kind of wanted to backtrack and build from the ground up. So I've been doing that for the last few years, just really kind of relearning my body. And I've been on a weight loss journey since, I guess it would be 3 years ago. And so it's really just changed my outlook on what fitness or bodybuilding and that kind of stuff means to me. But yeah, I've been doing some sports and stuff like that since I was pretty young.
So what type of fitness person are you? Are you would you classify yourself as a CrossFit person, a weightlifting person?
No on CrossFit.
What's that?
I said just no on CrossFit. I'll just answer that one right away. I'm not a CrossFitter.
You know what? I'm not. Let me tell you something. I'm not a CrossFit person either. I strictly. Well, there was a time before where I used to do runs, and I used to run a lot.
Yeah.
I was part of a running club here in Anniston where I live. But yeah, I figured out real quick that I'm not a CrossFit person. That's in the people.
I like components of it. I like that you can do HIIT workouts and that kind of stuff, but my body wasn't built to get beat up like that.
Mine isn't either. And you know what? The people my body isn't either. The people that are into the CrossFitters, they're all the CrossFitters that I know, those people, they're actually, in my opinion, they're wired different. I mean, and the people
Right.
that
They're built different. A lot of them have like gymnastics background, and
yeah,
that's a lot that hinges on. And I'm like, yeah, no, I can't do that movement. I've never done that before in my life. So that you get a gymnast, and they're like, I can do that, and then go bench. And you're like, wow, okay, that's insane. But no, hats off to them for making something in the community that I have. I was actually at a CrossFit gym this morning. In the community, they're just like, they're awesome people, and I totally get it. I just can't do it.
yeah, and
or,
the
or
people.
not like they do it, not 5 days a week.
The people that do it and they love it, I can't stand it. I got my supervisor. He's a CrossFit guy, and he invited me to his gym to come check it out at his CrossFit gym. And man, you know, I showed up and they've got everything set up for, you know, a CrossFit scenario. They got the tires in there, sledgehammers, ropes, and jump boxes and
Right.
I'm like, man, I'm here for strength, but you know, let's see what you can do. And yeah, and they just, I ended up getting like the first week was free. I gave it a shot. Like the first week was free or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And I ended up buying
I would still do it every once.
I ended up buying a freaking they call it a punch card, where it's like I pay like $50 and I get like I get like 5
That's pretty
visits.
cool.
I've got 2 left, and I really don't want to go back to use those 2 visits. But I'm supposed to be going back here soon or whatever, so I can just get that off my plate. Yeah, I'm not I respect that style of fitness, but that's just not me. And so you like weights.
I like weightlifting, so I was always kind of taught. I'd lift with the football team. I think I still have some records at my high school actually for weightlifting. So I've always been fairly strong, just kind of coming out of the gate. That's why I didn't learn form right off the bat, because they're like, hey, you're strong. Throw 300 pounds on your back and see what happens. But yeah, so I like weights. I like Olympic weightlifting, I like powerlifting. It's kind of the background as a thrower that you're kind of thrown into, getting those the strength aspects within your speed and power and explosion. But then as I've kind of gotten out of that, and I'm like, man, I don't want to just do 3 lifts and then go home. So I've kind of tied in some bodybuilding aspects into it, like kind of lengthening my splits. So I'll have like a leg day, back day, chest day, shoulder day. Or like I have a cardio, like high intensity interval training day. So now I'll still do those lifts. I'll still squat. I'll still bench. I'll still deadlift and stuff. But I also have like accessory movements. So I've really just kind of fallen in love with the process of changing my style over these years, from like I need to grind it out to, hey, let's do this long term and let's get some goals, but also kind of building up the foundation, because mine was not solid, and I'm lucky that I didn't, get as hurt as you can.
Right.
But I had some injuries along in college and stuff too, and so I'm just realizing how much more I can be in connection with my body and how it moves, and listen to my body too. I think it's something you don't learn as an athlete. It's just go, go, go. You need to compete this weekend. You need to get this lift. Whereas now I can go, hey, man, I'm feeling pretty trash for my workout. I don't want to stress my body anymore, because more stress is not going to help me in the long run. So I'm going to take it easy and go have a mobility day. And it's been so liberating to be like, hey, I'm going to go work on my joints instead of, just grinding it out 24/7. Mind you, I still love grinding it out. I still put in 6 days a week. But, it's a different mindset, I think, between, talking to me in undergrad and college on the track team versus now when I'm kind of doing my own thing. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Well, speaking of now, what's your and everyone's different. What's your schedule like? I mean, are you on, what kind of program are you on right now? Are you include your, how many rest days are you getting? Are you like a 4-on-2? What's going on with you with your workout program?
Yeah, so my workout schedule is, let's see, Saturdays are my off days, so you caught me on a good day. I'm all rested. But the rest of the week I'm training. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to do like a 10 to 15 minute finisher after my workout. So finish my list. I'm gonna go pick 4 or 5 exercises, not too much weight, and just burn out there. Just really get after it. So you go. I do like AMRAPs or or something like that, where you just as many rounds in 10 minutes, or I just go flat out for 10 to 15 minutes. And then Tuesday, Thursday, I will go to the gym in the morning, and then at night I'll go do 30 minutes of cardio. So typically before that, I was doing 30 minutes of cardio every single day for the last 2 months, and I was getting burnt out on it. My body was adapting to it. So just in this last week, I actually kind of switched that up. But yeah, so those days, and then I think right now I have like Thursday to the mobility day. So one solid rest day where I'm not worried about a lot of stuff. I'll phone if I want to, go play basketball. I'll still move. I just don't make it a point. And then the mobility day, I'm still doing cardio, and then I'm just having some mobility meditation time as I go through that.
Okay, is that going to change for you? I mean,
yeah.
As far as like I don't know, on an annual basis, are you like working out like in I don't know, as far as like maybe like the seasons, are you do you like cut or like slim up for summer? I mean, how's your schedule work? Is that because what's that? That's one day off.
Sure.
Well, you say you're off on Saturdays, but you go to the gym twice on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Correct.
You're a beast. You really are. That's
well, last week I was doing cardio at night 6 days a week after work, and yeah, I usually get up at like 4:30. So it was a grind, and I really had to. Every time I would get on the cardio equipment, I would just have to talk myself into it and rebuy into what I was doing. But yeah, as far as my goals are, I'm slimming down for life, man. That's where I'm at currently. Yeah, so about 2014, I weighed at my heaviest. I was 270 pounds. I'm 5'8". So that's quite a large amount of excess there. So ever since then, I just kind of hit a breaking point. I actually, funny story of how I kind of figured out where I was at. I don't think I was checking in the mirror. I actually didn't like mirrors, didn't want to take pictures and that kind of stuff. So didn't know how bad it was getting until I worked at the University of Arkansas. I was working football, and Tim Tebow came to our facility because he was covering that game.
I know the picture you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so he's walking around the facility, and everyone's like, dude, don't talk to him, he's getting in trouble. And I'm like, he's the epitome of the man I want to marry someday. And so I was like, we're going to go get a picture with this dude. Like, don't you worry. And he's like walking away. He's walking with his brother, Robbie, and he's walking away. I'm like, Tim. And they're like, dude, shut up, be quiet. I'm like, no, listen, I'm talking to him. All right? And so I'm like, Tim, come here real quick, Ted. And he's like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, can I get a picture with you? And so, yeah, so I idolized that. I was like, man, this guy's awesome. I read all his books, his missionary work, his family work. Like, still think he should be in the NFL, but that's another story.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so I took that picture, right? And then I didn't post it for a while. And I was like, why am I not posting it? And I'm like, man, something's going on. Like, I was having, like, this body dysmorphia of, like, is that me? Like, I don't feel like that's me. I feel like I'm, that 16-year-old in high school or whatever, but now, like, that's me right now. And it was at a really stressful point in my life. I'm just doing grad school. I'm working SEC football, a lot of stuff going on. And I was like, I can't do this anymore.
So
am I going to hit?
We're just I want to kind of make sure what you're talking about your figure, right?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly that picture you're talking about, and yeah, you guys don't know. I'll probably do this in post production, if you don't mind. I'll put that picture up, the one you're talking about,
sure.
And guys, I mean, Mikaila has come a long way, and girl, all I can say is that you're glowing right now, and you look great.
No, I appreciate it. I'm grinding for that goal, for sure. It's not easy, but, yeah, I just become addicted to the process of growth. And it doesn't even mean, like, growth in the gym. It means growth in my career and growth in my relationships. This growth is me as an individual and myself, because I came from a place of didn't like myself, didn't want to take pictures, wasn't a fan of who I was, didn't talk highly of myself. My self-value and self-worth were fairly low at that point, as a lot of people's are.
Pictures are worth 1,000 words, and they're pictures are worth 1,000 words, and they're inspirational. I
Yeah.
I kind of like. Let me add to that.
Sure.
Right quick. It's I've had that weight loss journey before. I was right now I float between 210 and 220, and there was a time before I got down to where I am now, where it all started. My biggest motivation is the people, I could hear people breathing and like wheezing, and like somebody would cough, and it was just
Yep.
like I could like
Sound like
people
your
were,
memory.
yeah, and these people are like across the room, and I can hear them breathing. I don't know if I got super hearing, but I noticed this.
Yeah.
And then all the people that I noticed that were, breathing heavy or coughing or just, they had this loud silence to them. They were all overweight. I think the majority of them
Right.
smoked, and they didn't take care of themselves. They weren't taking those. There was a type of they didn't take care of themselves, and that's I swear when I actually noticed that, I was like, I got to make a change, and so I did. And that's when I
Yeah.
started taking my health serious. And it was, the weight loss journey. I lost the weight pretty fast. It came off pretty fast, and it was pretty quick. But I pictures, people, they all speak volumes to me, and so
Right.
I I don't know. I like to be fit. I also like to enjoy myself too, because I love to eat.
For
But
sure. Yeah, there's a balance.
that.
I think the balance was just tipped the other way, but yeah, I think there's definitely a way of balancing of loving your body and loving food, or loving like to experience it and stuff.
Where were you eating 2 years ago up until?
Oh gosh. Oh
What are
man.
your eating habits now from, like, let's say 2 years ago up until now?
Yeah. So well, I'll go back even further than that. I believe I had an eating disorder since the age of like 12. Things got stressful me in my home life, and so I developed where I would kind of go on binge eating, or then I can restrict. So my triggers are usually stress, like a lot of Americans. But when I get triggered, typically it'd be like, oh my God, I got to go eat something, and a lot of it, and heavy. And then I would feel bad about it, and then not go for eating for a few days. So that kind of, I attribute a lot of the weight gain to, because grad school and, college is stressful in general. So I utilize that as my coping mechanism. So back then I would eat out on the daily, not every other day, ton of just whatever, and a lot of it. There's a package of Oreos, I'm finishing half. If there was, and another stigmatism that goes with like throwers, or like shot put throwers and stuff like that, is they can just eat all the food. Like, you guys can just eat
Yeah.
and then throw. And so they'd be like, we need a carb load for meat. I had no idea. I had no business carb loading, because it's not what it meant. But we would go to Olive Garden and crush it, like breadsticks, like pasta for two. Like, we would crush it on the regular. This is weekly. So I can't imagine how much weight I gained per week. But we would just eat everything. Like, it was the stigma, and so we shrugged our shoulders and goes, yeah, we're big. We can eat it all.
Yeah,
It's
you're
fine.
strong.
Yeah, and they're like, well, I need it to fuel my body, but it just, the hindsight is 2020 when I look back on what I thought I was doing as an athlete. But so it went from eating anything and everything to now, I've been carb cycling for the past few months, where I'll have one high day. It's usually on Wednesday. The rest of the days are low. Then on Sunday, I'll have a medium day, which, let's just call it low. It doesn't add that much in again. And so I try to eat, I kind of eat paleo-esque. Like, I don't claim a tribe with anything. But I try to eat the least amount of processed foods as possible. I don't eat a lot of grains. I don't eat any dairy, really.
But
Go ahead.
what'd you eat today?
Today, so mine's pretty structured. When you go through it, and probably sounds a little neurotic, but I use MyFitnessPal because I like to kind of know where I'm at, so I can gauge my body and my feeling, how I feel, and stuff like that. But today, so I had for breakfast, I had some egg whites, almond butter, oatmeal, and an egg. And then lunch was grass-fed beef, asparagus,
Ew.
and half a cup of brown rice. It's low day for me. And
Grass-fed
then
beef.
dinner.
Is
Yeah, man, I love the gamey flavor, so it does not scare me. I grew up
oh my
eating that kind of
God.
stuff, so
Okay,
I
continue.
enjoy it. But
Continue.
yeah, so tonight, so the first two meals of the day have carbs in them, and then I'll have a fat and protein snack. So I have right now this week it's avocado and salmon, canned salmon, and then I'll have a protein shake. So those are my snacks between the meals. I just kind of separate those guys out, and then for dinner we got no carbs again, and I got some shrimp and green beans tonight.
Oh my
So,
God, that's awesome.
and then I meal prep extensively, so all my meals are pretty much made in the fridge right now for next week. And I'm having lamb, so I'm excited about adding that back in.
I
So
love
I'm all
lamb.
about the gaming stuff. Yeah.
I love lamb. Have you ever tried lamb? Have you ever tried lamb with mint jelly? Oh
No, that
my
kind of the sound of it just
oh my
doesn't sit
God.
well with me.
It's I'll that's a it's an Australian thing. It is so good. Yeah, rack of lamb with like a side of mint jelly. And man, I used to take mine. I would take it and
Ooh.
I take like the what do you call? I guess they would be called chops. Where is at the
Yeah,
bone.
yeah.
Yeah, and I take it and I would just take it. I'd grab it by the bone and I'd put it in the bowl and just get a
Yeah.
big old glob of that mint jelly and it was so
Uh,
good. It's so
it sounds
good.
like eating toothpaste or something to me.
It's yeah. It's different. I mean, it's an acquired taste. But like the lamb itself was it was like a mid rare medium type of deal.
Uh,
You know, it wasn't like done or anything. And then also it had I'm trying to think oh yeah, Outback Steakhouse. That's where you can
okay.
they serve the mint jelly with the rack of lamb. Yeah, I love rack of lamb. I
Yeah,
love
I have
lamb.
lamb at least once a week, but this week I planned it in my lunches, so I'm pretty excited.
Okay. So what do you like to what do you like to drink? I mean, are you like heavy on milk or just like strictly water, teas,
So
no sugars? I mean,
right, yeah. So I got this big old water bottle I have sitting in front of me actually right now. It's 40 ounces. And so I'll drink about a gallon of water a day. I will put lemons in it to add some flavor, especially on those low carb days when you just want to eat everything. I drink a lot of tea, a lot of green tea. I have a nice little setup at work because we have a full kitchen there. So I bring all my meals prepped to work and I leave them in the fridge all week so I don't have to worry about food. And then I have some breakfast stuff in case I run late. Then I have a whole box of tea. I have like 3 teas at work, so I'm taking up the cabinet space. Hopefully they don't hate me yet. But, yeah, so I have tea. I will do some of the 0-calorie stuff every once in a while. I want to stay away from as much artificial as I can. I don't think, we know the research on like the aspartame and sucralose is all going to be cancer causing and all the other effects that we just don't know about it yet. So I'll use stevia and some stuff, but I don't sweeten a lot of things. I've gotten used to it. I read Wired to Eat by Rob Wolf. It's a great book. I actually listened to it on audiobook. And in that, he has you reset kind of the way you eat. And so you weren't allowed to have a lot of things. And I would say weren't allowed to, but I chose it. Like, it's not somebody put that on me. I chose to do it. And so you couldn't have a lot of like dairy, grains, wheat. Like he helped invent the paleo diet as it is. So I kind of followed that for a while. And so after I did that, I wanted sugar less, which sounds crazy, but I mean, I still like sugar, don't get me wrong, but I don't sweeten a lot of things. Every once in a while I'll have like the Walden Farms, like calorie-free stuff. If I just really want the flavor and I can deal with a little bit of the, artificial sweeteners, but I try not to if I don't have to.
right.
So, I mean, there's honey and maple syrup and all that kind
Oh
of stuff,
man.
but then there's super high in carbohydrates, but then I'm super low in carbs right now. So I just kind of go, it is what it is on my cheat day or
Yeah, you
whatever.
backload on that.
Then, but it'll be sugar because we know what sugar does to us, but all these other synthetic things are just not great. So that's kind of my mindset on it, though.
What's your favorite macro?
Oh, carbs. But you're talking to me on low carb days, so.
You know what mine is?
What's that?
Guess.
Protein. I'm gonna go protein.
Fats.
Really?
Fats is my favorite carb.
Alabama, I forgot.
It is my favorite carb. It's not my favorite. It's my favorite macro. Now I'd be protein second, but yeah, fats is my favorite. And then okay, I bet you'll never guess my third one. So what? Give me your top 3 carbs from first, second, third.
Like what I want to eat if I can have a cheat meal for carbs.
Whatever. What's your favorite macros? First, second, and third.
Oh, favorite macros. Oh no, it's always going to be carbs. And then I'd probably go protein and fat. I'm not the person that puts butter on stuff. Actually, never have been. And so I have a hard time, like when I'm doing like low carb, I have higher fat, and I have a hard time doing that. Like eat almond butter. Have this other stuff, and I'm like, I don't want it. I don't crave fat.
Well, see, that's a good fat. I love when it comes to fats. For me, I love the good and the bad fats. Almonds, for the good ones. Avocado. I'm like really into avocados right now. I love avocados on everything. I've noticed too, like here recently, and when I mean recently, I mean like the past year. A lot of places that I go out and eat, these restaurants, a lot of folks are incorporating avocados onto their menus. Yeah. Like they're on salads and sandwiches, and people are getting creative and incorporating that good fat into, a plain Jane or a regular dish or whatever. They're throwing avocados in there now, and they're people are buying it. I don't know. I've noticed that here lately. So that's that almonds. That's a great fat. What's another good fat? Nuts or whatever. It's just almonds, almond butter. Well, almond butter, avocados, and not like as far as my bad fats go. I'm cool with fried foods, vegetable. I mean, because as far as bad fats go,
right.
It's gonna be fried. So I'm cool with
right.
that.
No,
no peanut oil.
Agree.
Don't fry my stuff in peanut oil or virgin olive oil.
I'll go for it. Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So you said carbs, protein, and fats, right?
Yep, that's how it's always been, pretty much.
Well, my top 3 is fats, protein. I bet you can't guess the third one.
Yeah, well, maybe we need to switch up diets. You can have my low carb. I'll go to your high fat. We'll try it out.
Well, guess the third one.
Well, you only got fats left.
No, you don't. I mean, your macro. I'm sorry. I keep saying carbs. I mean macros.
You do.
Yeah. Okay. My favorite macros is fats, protein. Can you guess the third one?
Now it's carbs. There we go.
No. Fats, protein.
No.
Macros. My favorite fats, protein. Guess the third one.
There's only 3 macros unless you're counting water.
No, I was going to say fiber.
That's not a macro.
It is 2. Well, I mean,
no.
Well, there's only
fibers and carbohydrates, though. Like that's where you're getting your fiber from.
True.
Your vegetables and carbs, which are carbs, pretty much.
True. You like rice?
White
rice or brown rice?
I love white rice, but I did a glucose test on myself with white rice, and it made me pre-diabetic, so I've been off the white rice for a while.
Pre-diabetic?
Yeah, so with that book, that Wired to Eat book, he has you're off grains for 3 weeks, and on the 4th week, you test them out. And so I had glucometer or whatever that people with diabetes use to test their blood sugar. And it was supposed to be like under 100 or something like that, but if it was above 100, then it was getting towards like it would register as like pre-diabetic or whatnot. And mine was like 120 for a long time. And then I did brown rice and it was like 80. So I ate brown rice. So after that, just kind of like trial and error and, using myself as an experiment, figuring out what works for me. So yeah, for my carbs, I'll do brown rice and sweet potatoes or regular potatoes, any kind of potatoes, honestly.
I love sweet potatoes.
But those are my two. I'll do like Ezekiel bread that has some sprouted grains in it, or I'm really into pancakes right now. So I've got this paleo pancake blend that's made of like almond flour and rice flour and that kind of stuff. Or even sometimes I'll do wheat, but I prefer not to. And so the other day I had my high carb day and I had pancakes twice that day. So I was like, scrap the sweet potatoes. I'm going in and I'm doing 2 rounds of pancakes because I love them so much. So I have fun with it though, because, it can get monotonous or boring. And, if you have that mindset of, man, I have to do this to lose weight, or I have to do this, I'm like, dude, I'm doing this. I'm losing weight. This is epic. Like, let's keep going. And on those hard days, it's hard. Maybe have a sliver of chocolate or something like that, like super dark, like 80, 90% cacao. But, like, I chose this grind, so I need to kind of own up to that on the daily and not make excuses for it. But, it's something I'm constantly checking myself, and I don't have the strongest willpower in the world. And
I was about to say, you got to, when it comes to, losing weight, you hit that plateau where, you kind of stop, or you slow down and lose weight. You got to keep tricking your body, so.
Right. Well, yeah, it adapts pretty easy. It wants homeostasis, so.
I mean, and then when you can't, yeah, and then when you can't trick your body no more, you know what you got to do then, don't you? Not eat.
Bolting season.
Not eat. Okay, look, hey, we're getting close to wrapping this thing up. Let's talk about what's your thoughts on combating injuries? What can you tell our how do you deal with injuries, or how would what's your process, or what would be the right process in combating an injury?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I went to school for 6 years, so that's right up my alley for this kind of topic. But I'm fortunate enough to work at a sports rehab clinic, so if I get injured, I get taken pretty good care of. But
yeah.
So I mean, I was taught, in school and stuff like that on assessing injuries and rehabbing and stuff like that. But in these past few years, I've learned so much more at this new clinic that I'm at here in Seattle, Washington. But, it's all about just kind of feeling your body in that space and then knowing who to go to. A lot of people I'll get clients or patients and they come in, they're like, I Googled this, and this lady the other day, she was trying to convince me that she had tendonitis of her glute med, and I was like, "What? You tendonitis? I mean, I'm like starting to second guess all of my teaching. Like, you don't have tendons right where you're pointing. That's the muscle. Your muscle is sore." And she's like, "Oh, no way! I thought Google told me I had tendonitis of my glutes."
Would you say Google told her? Google told her? Would you say Google?
Yeah, Google told her she had tendonitis there. I don't know what anatomy books you looked at, man, but I tried to keep it professional, but inside I was losing it. But yeah, just kind of knowing who to go to, and then a little bit of research isn't horrible. Well, if you don't know what you're looking for, it's horrible. So my kind of process is I just kind of, how am I feeling? Like I'm getting ready to, I just came back from a 6-7 month back injury. And I hadn't been deadlifting. I had to take a month and a half off of the gym. I haven't deadlifted or squatted in 6+ months. And that was a really hard time for me.
Yeah.
And recently I started squatting again. And I'm like, you know what? Let's check the ego at the door, walk in there, and I'll do my mobility drills. I'll warm up now instead of just going, well, hey, I can, get out of my bed and then go lift a heavy weight. But just go in there, kind of feel my body out. How am I feeling today? Is my hip really tight? Are my quads tight? I probably should have worked on that, making mental notes of that. And then, not worrying about what weight I have on the bar, but how my body feels. And so, I've just been kind of paying close attention to that, the more that I've actually was able to deadlift the other day and squat, and it's feeling pretty good and solid. But I know I'm not there. I'm not there to go and, try to get a PR real quick. So I think it's all about checking your ego with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And going, like, where am I at, and do I need help? So for a while, I worked at this clinic. I didn't get help for my back, and then I was like, oh, maybe they can help me. And then now it's changed my life.
I think.
And so,
go ahead.
Having a good sports therapist is key, because some even PTs. I had one girl, and she said, "Oh, all they did was tell me to do crunches and sit-ups," and I'm like, "But you have scoliosis, so what is that gonna do for you?" And she's like, "I don't know. They just told me that." And I'm like, he basically is a doctor, and he told you to do that. So, just really kind of finding a really good person that knows movement and that kind of process is key.
Exactly. You to all your listeners out there, if you got an injury, you combat an injury, and Google can't help you, or you can't find the answer through Google, you need to go see a professional. You really do.
Right.
I think I think back. Has your dad had a back injury?
My dad has had 2 knee replacements.
Okay. I think I don't know if it's genetics or what. I've had I think back, not injuries, but problems.
Yeah.
Runs in our family. I don't know. I had a back injury. Well, I put it like, let me back up. The first time I remember when I was young, like, when I say young, I mean like, early 20s. I remember I knew people, they said they had, they got a bad back, or they were always complaining, and it was just, I looked at these people and I was like, I was really being a butthead, with this mentality. I'm like, well, you're I wouldn't say to them, but in the back of my head I'd be thinking like, well, this person's lazy, and more like they were. Like, there's nothing wrong with this person's back, or they're just, that's the cop out, my back, this and that. And I was just like, I thought these people were just whiners. And then I actually hurt my back the first time. I remember I was probably like maybe 27. I hurt my back, and it was due to I was lifting something heavy. I was at work. I was lifting something heavy, and I was something I do every day, because I was complacent. I just didn't. I was twisting, turning, lifting. Probably not using my legs or whatever. But it was something I was used to. But I ended up hurting my back.
Right.
And so I felt. I reflected on on the past, when I used to think about people, how people would complain, and I was like, man, they weren't lying. This is how they really felt, and I felt their pain, and I felt real bad about it. But then I got, it was an injury that I got through it, got better, and then I've hurt my back 3 times. I hurt some other time after that. I'd injured it again, and this last time, it was like 2013, I really did a number on myself. I don't know how I got hurt. I wasn't working out at the time or what have you, but I really did a number on myself. I had it's like I was like almost a hunchback, but it was like I couldn't stand up straight. I was bent over, and it's like I couldn't stand up straight. Like, it's like my butt kind of stuck out, and it's like I went from 6'3" to dang 5'7", because I was bent over.
Right.
I couldn't stand, and it was just so painful. And I would go to the doctor, and I would get a I forget what you call it. It's not an epidural, but it would be like they'd give me a shot, Toradol. I get a shot of Toradol.
Oh yeah.
And the pain would subside, and I could stand up straight again, and it was a Band-Aid. It really didn't help, and so man, I got in a rut, and it just so happened that I got laid off from the job I was at, and I was so I was drawing like unemployment and everything. But while I was waiting, I was sitting there fighting this thing, and I was like, man, what am I gonna do? And I would go to the doctor, get that shot. I would go to the emergency room with no
Yeah.
insurance, and about to get this big old bill like a month later, or whatever. And I was just like, I've got to do something. And like the shots I went twice after the last time, and it wouldn't help. And so then, I went to the doctor. They're like, well, you got to get an MRI. I didn't have insurance. And MRIs anyways are like $750 minimum, depending on where you go. And I really didn't have the money to spend like that. And I was just like, what am I doing? And I started having these crazy, I kind of like got depressed, started having these crazy thoughts. And I was like, man, I'm going to have to file disability, and I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do anymore. And I started feeling like crap. And so, the point I want to make is that, folks, if you're combating an injury, you need to go. You got to pick your spots, but go to the professional. And my last resort was going to a chiropractor. And I really do believe God led me to my. I have a chiropractor now. His name's Chris Law. Chris, if you're listening, shout out to Chris. You're the best. You saved my life. So I had this mentality of that going to a chiropractor was it was like a waste of money. That they're not a real doctor. They can't even write you a script for pain medication. And I don't know. Like I said, I really feel that the good Lord just led me to give that profession a chance. And so, I said I got to do something. And so I did. I looked in the phone book, and I started calling people. And it was on a Friday. And like most people were like already closed. It was like 4:00 or whatever. And so the woman answered the phone. I was like, hey, I need to come in and, get looked at, get a consultation, whatever. And she was like, okay. What did she say? Oh, she was like, okay, I can put you down for Monday. I was like, no, I got to come now. She was like, well, everybody's going home right now. And I was like, there was nothing I could do. I was like, okay, can I get your first appointment Monday? And long story short, it was the longest weekend of my life because I was in pain. At this point, I was sleeping on the couch. I couldn't sleep in bed with Patricia, or I couldn't lay in bed. It was just really bad. I was on crutches. I mean, that's how I couldn't stand up. It was really bad. And so then Monday, I went down there. They did the X-rays and he did this. I got to meet with him, and he did the assessment, and he went to work on me. And I think I had went so long that it took a minute for him to like straighten me out. But like after he got me I was walking, and it was like 2 weeks. He had me walk because I couldn't walk, like literally I could not walk. But he got me walking again, got me more mobile. I was still on the couch for a long time. I mean, like I didn't sleep in the bed for like, I'm gonna say 8 months. Yeah, I slept on the couch for 8 months, and then, like a little bit, like pretty much like a couple months after I had been going to see him, my money started running out. And I was like, I got to go back to work, and so I took a construction job, and that if anybody ever works for us, they know that it's hard work, and it's back breaking labor. and I powered through it though, and I got to feeling better. I got better, and I'm super strong now, better than ever. And I see him. I was seeing him twice a month. Now I'm down to one time a month, and I don't know. Along the way, it was just such a long process. Like I wouldn't. like I couldn't deadlift or I wouldn't deadlift. Um, Anything dealing with my hamstrings or my quads, I would stay away from machines. Like it was just all upper body workouts, and I'm back into that now. My back is strong, my legs are strong because I got kind of weak. But so yeah, folks, if you guys need to go see the professional. Don't give up. Go get some help, and
Yeah.
the good Lord, if you believe, he's gonna make a way for you. And if not, just listen to what I'm telling you. You gotta don't folks don't knock chiropractors. You need to give them a chance. If they can help you, give them a chance.
For sure, yeah. There's good and bad professions. The clinic I work out is run by chiropractors, and it's awesome. So.
And the guy, hey, I'll tell you another thing too. There's this guy. I don't want to elaborate on too much because if he ever's listened, he'll know I'm talking about him. But hey, he fucking needs to hear this. Excuse my language. He needs to hear it if he's listening. But I used to work with a guy, and he was in the same boat as me. But he was I think he was in a genetic sense. He was just his injury. His back was or is because he hasn't worked. I'm gonna say it's probably going on 5 years. He hasn't worked, but yeah, he gave up. I was telling you guys about the mentality I had, like I'm gonna have to stop working and this and that, and he knew what I went through, and I was just he just gave up. He didn't even try. Long story short, he didn't even try, and so he is where he is now, and he's not the breadwinner anymore, and he's a great guy. I'm just saying this, don't knock it till you try it, and and if it don't work, then you got to find another avenue to probably just help you get you where you need to be.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, and then if you come to a dead end on the next journey, then I guess you're just gonna have to stop working and go ahead and give up. But you say, like I said, he didn't take advantage of all of all that's out there that the people that could help him. So look here, is there anything you can you'd like to I don't know, any words of wisdom from Mikaila Davis to our Testify Tuesday listeners out there?
Oh man,
any words of motivation or anything?
For sure, yeah. So I guess the thing I've been learning the most about lately is doing it for yourself. A lot of people getting like, I want to look good for so and so. I want to do this for my family. I want to do this. It's all good and grand, but you've got to have that intrinsic motivation, that motivation that starts within you, and that's what propels you. Whether or not people are saying good job or hey, you look like you gained a few pounds, is really just kind of relying on yourself and kind of being selfish with it in a sense. As bad as the connotation that selfish has on it, just really be, it's kind of cliche to say be true to yourself, but really owning who you are and owning your scars, owning your failures and owning your success is what makes a confident person. I think that's something at 26 that I'm starting to kind of pick up on and learn and really just try to hone in those skills of personal growth. Like, who can I better be tomorrow? Unrelated to fitness, it's just in life. Who can I serve? Who can I, kind of help along the way? And it just it goes back to my favorite Bible verse that I've loved since forever. It's Jeremiah 29:11, and it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to give you a hope and a future." And it just, to me, that means put in the work, and those good things are going to come. That He made you for a purpose, and He's going to fulfill that. But not if you're just chilling on the couch. So there's definitely a time to kind of hang back and and stuff, but be present with yourself and what you want and the goals, and set them, and then get after them, and then don't feel like you got knocked down and you can't get up when you don't meet them. Just realign them, change them, get after them, find something else that kind of lights you on fire. And that's kind of my passion for life, is just like, I want to get better. I'm hungry to get better. And that's kind of what made me a good athlete. Was I'm always, wanting to get better and throw further and stuff like that. But that's kind of what I've translated to being a good human being, is let's grow. How can I serve you? How can I serve myself so that I can serve you? And it's that whole, and the getting ready to take off on an airplane and they say, hey, put on your mask before you even put on your own kids. It makes sense. If you're not breathing, then you're definitely not going to help anybody else breathe. So, that's just kind of what I've been learning lately, and I'm sure it'll change and grow with the seasons, but I'm pretty excited at the spot that I'm at right now, and looking forward to see what God's going to do with me next and through me. So, yeah.
That was awesome. I love that. I love you. That was great.
Yeah.
Nice words of wisdom. Great words of wisdom. You guys take heed to that. Man, I want to thank you for being on the Testify Tuesday show and giving your testimony to your
For sure.
your health and nutrition. And I wish nothing but the best for you. I can't wait to see you again. I miss you. I miss. Yeah. I love you. That's all I can say.
No, I love you too. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to speak. I feel like I don't know much, right? But
can you come back? You gonna come back?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I love this. I love talking about fitness and life and growth. So
look. You know what? It is February 3rd, 2018. What's in store? What's your 2018 looking like? What are your end goals for this year, or goals you got set for you, for yourself?
Yeah. Right now I'll go with my fitness goal is I haven't been 200 pounds since probably about high school, which I'm 26, so that was a while ago. So my goal within the next month or so is to hit that 200-pound mark, and then just kind of readjust. I don't always want to be fighting for a goal, like a scale goal. Like, I want to get better at my different lifts and stuff like that. So those will come, but I've just been really putting the focus on the weight loss and building strength.
Okay.
After that, I'm really still trying to build up, like, what does 2018 look for me? But I really just been in prayer with one of my friends. I went to grad school with him, and we just been prayer warriors with each other. And he's like, let's expect big things from God. Let's not just sit there and go, I'm going to work for it, and hopefully it'll come. Just expecting great things. So that's kind of my mantra for the year is I'm going to put in the work, and I'm going to expect big things to happen. I've been helping coach at a high school lately.
Coaching what?
Just trying to get back. What's that?
Coaching what? What do you do? What sport?
I've been coaching weightlifting and throws.
Okay, track and field. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm trying to go. I mean, personal growth is where I'm at. I feel like I've kind of been stunted in certain areas, and I'm just, I'm to the age where I'm like, man, I want to grow. Like, I'm tired. Like, I've always wanted to learn. I taught myself how to read when I was 3 because, like, I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn so bad at that young of an age, and my mom was teaching my older brother. So, I just want to grow more. I want growth in my spiritual life, my relationship with God, my personal life with my friends and family. Just all those aspects. I'm expecting big things in all aspects of my life. And yes, I'm going to fail for sure. I'm going to fall over a few times, but if I've got life left in me, I'm going to get back up and find a way to get there.
I know you will.
I'm determined.
I know you will. You have that drive within you. You're a great, awesome, beautiful woman.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate. Go ahead. I'm sorry. What?
Oh no, I was just saying I like to take a trip this year. I've never ever been on a vacation. My family has never taken a vacation, and so that was one of my other goals for 2018 is to go on a vacation for like a week at least. So we'll see if that one happens. But
where?
That would. Anywhere out of the United States is where I'm, or Hawaii. So I'll take that. But I've literally never been out of like the West Coast. And then when I went to Arkansas, I never went east of Arkansas. So I
I
don't feel
try.
like I've seen a lot.
I tried to get you to go east, southeast.
Yeah,
North.
I tried. I was working football, man. They were doing me in, but yeah. So all those gross things, and then like my highlight would be actually, kind of hitting that 200-pound mark, and then hitting on a vacation and just kind of relaxing and enjoying those successes and stuff. Because man, I went from high school. 2 weeks later, I started college. From college, 2 weeks later, I started grad school, and then I've been out of school for 2 years. So I really have never stopped.
Yeah. I was about to say, do you think you've, excuse me, do you think you've had time to, have you been going that long? Have you had time to slow down? Have you breathed? Have you slowed down
Nope.
since then? No.
I haven't.
Nope. Go ahead.
And
Take your shot.
I just realized that I turned 26 last weekend.
Happy birthday.
Like, thank you. Yeah. And I was like, wow. Okay, hold on. So I've been out of school for a couple of years, and I don't think I've ever stopped and looked around.
And you know what?
People are like, oh, who are you dating now? What's going on? I'm like, I never had time for that.
When did we first actually touch? Was it 2013 or something we met, or we actually got to see each other? That sounds about right.
Right.
That sounds about right? 2013.
Yeah, because I was still in undergrad. So yeah, you guys came, and so I was like a junior in college. Yeah.
I tell you what, from that point on, I mean, and I keep up with a lot of people, and I've been keeping up with you since I first got to. And you have, yeah. Girl, you have been moving. I mean, you're always moving. You're always doing something, and take a break, girl. You've been going all out. I know you haven't. I can vouch for that.
Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna do it. Hopefully this year. That's the plan.
Yeah. Hey, Hawaii sounds that sounds really good.
I'm needing the sun. I'm living up here in Seattle. I'm from California originally, and I've gotten 10 shades lighter. I'm pale now, and I have to take the highest dose of vitamin D because I don't get any. So I'm ready to see some sun.
Hey, are you going back home? Let's say in July.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, the more sun I can get, the better, and then you guys will probably be there too, right?
We will touch down. We're going to touch down at LAX on June 18th, and we'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll be there a week. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to make that trip. Believe me, you don't have to convince me to go back to my home state.
Yeah, I love California. I was telling before I called you in that you're a California girl.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm in all sense of the matter because man, I miss it.
Right.
For sure. I haven't been back in over a year, so it's time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Take your time. You'll make it there. It'll be there when you get back.
It'll always be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
What? Did you hear that? What is that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
I did not.
You did?
No.
Oh. It's like an air horn went off.
Oh gosh, that definitely wasn't on my end.
I don't think you can hear it, but I got a little air horn at. You know that
Yeah.
Anyways, that air horn that everyone can hear, or that Mikaila can't hear. It's time for yes or no. Mikaila, you know what yes or no is?
I do not.
Yes or no is a game that I came up with for this podcast in particular. And yes or no, it's real easy. Like I said, it's a little game I came up with where I'll say something and you either say yes or no to it. Would you like to play?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. Hand me that, buddy. All right. We got Mikaila on yes or no. Here we go. Are you ready? Mikaila. Okay.
Do it.
Waffles. Yes or no?
Yes.
Salt.
No.
Ice cream.
Yes.
Uh,
I'm not even having to think. You said waffles. I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Strawberry jelly.
Yes.
Xbox.
Yes.
Deadlifts.
Yes. Always a yes.
Country music.
Yeah. Arkansas
Really?
grew on me.
Oh my
Yep.
God. Okay.
If I hadn't gone to Arkansas, I'd still be an outlaw on it.
Okay. Snow.
No.
No.
I don't
iPhone.
like it. It's cold. iPhone, yes. I'm addicted. I got all Apple products.
Oh, this is a good one. Golf.
No.
No?
I don't want to watch it. I don't want to play it. I don't want a mini golf. No. I do not have the attention span for golf.
Okay. Pancakes.
Yes.
Tap water. Yes or no?
Yes. I got the hose.
Okay. All right. Okay. Moving along.
I
Cable.
mean, all little kids do. I don't do it as an adult now. That'd be a little awkward. But yeah.
Okay. Moving along. Cable weights.
Yes. Yeah. I
Okay.
utilize those guys.
Blue cheese.
Yes.
Oh, I love blue cheese. Finally, someone loves blue cheese like I do.
All cheeses.
Pepsi.
What's that?
Pepsi.
Pepsi, no. I don't like soda.
Amazon.com.
Yes. Too much.
Mountains.
Yeah. But if you said beach, I'd say yes.
Okay. Beach.
Then yes. Hell yeah.
Okay. Here. Oh.
Anytime, anywhere, I'll be at the beach.
Okay. Broccoli. Did I read broccoli? No. Broccoli.
Yeah, I like it. I eat it every day.
Basketball.
Yeah. Yep. Grew up playing basketball in high school and a little bit in college too.
Okay. Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars? No, not recently.
What?
He's falling off for me. I know.
24 karat
His
magic
tunes,
in the air.
They're like old school, and I'm not old school, so.
Oh, you talking about that recent one he did? You talking about that recent one he did with Cardi B, the new one?
Yeah, I don't like it. Can't handle it.
Well, Bruno Mars. Like
the old Bruno, yes, the one that I grew up listening to, the one that
you talk about I'd catch a grenade for you and all that, Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like slow jams, like I like that for him, but I still like it.
Okay, cool. Last one. No, you got two more to go. Beef liver.
Okay. Yes.
Ew.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
liver and onions, man.
Beef liver.
Sign me up. I'm not even joking.
So beef
like
liver's a
chicken
yes.
liver?
That's a yes for you, beef liver.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
man.
I hear you, girl.
I would meal prep that if people didn't look at me crazy.
I hear you. Oh my goodness.
I had to get looked at up crazy for my canned salmon, so I probably shouldn't try liver.
Yeah. Okay, last one. Cryotherapy.
Oh yeah, that's my bread and butter. I don't do it as much as before, but yes, I do think ice can be utilized.
Yeah, I've tried it and I like it. I wish it was. I had to go out of town to get it done, or to do it. That was there's a gym in Birmingham. It was a pretty sweet. It was a pretty sweet setup. It's a gymnasium. I forget the name of it, but I know how to get there. But it's a gymnasium, and you walk in and they got everything: weights, ellipticals, treadmills, everything. And then on the side, they have a cryotherapy little office, and you walk in there, and I think it's like $30, and
that's pretty cool.
It's like $30 for 3 minutes, and
that's all you need, or you'll die. So.
Yeah, and it was pretty. I said, like I said, I've done it, and it was the coldest 3 minutes of my life. I mean, the guy was telling me, he goes, most people can't they can't last that long. Like he said,
Right.
he said most folks don't even last a minute and a half. I was like, really? He was like, yeah. I was like, dang, well, what a
I
waste,
like
what a
cold.
waste of money.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm paying to be frozen, I'm gonna be freezing.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm gonna wrap this up, and
Yeah.
you just set another record, Mikaila. Not only are you the first female guest on the not only are you the first female guest on the Testify Tuesdays podcast, you have the longest episode recorded
Here we go.
so
I'm a
far.
talker.
1 hour, and you're rocking at 1 hour and 18 minutes. You are appreciated,
Yeah.
and we can't wait to have you back. Once again, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you, and yeah, that's it. That's
Awesome.
it. You did.
I love you and appreciate you for having me.
You're welcome. You did awesome. So did you did you enjoy yourself?
For sure. I love podcasts. I love talking and listening and learning from people and stuff. So it's right up my alley.
Cool. Well, look, let me go ahead and pause this, and I'll talk to you right quick, and that'll be the end of the show. Thank you. Okay, we took a little break there for a second. Tomorrow is the Super Bowl, and
Boo.
the Altered Beast TV, Testify Tuesday podcast would like to get an insight from Mikaila on who is going to win the Super Bowl. I'll tell you what, I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm
going with them too. I love them as a team and an organization. I'm not necessarily an Eagles fan, but I just hate the Patriots.
I hate the Patriots too. I don't want to.
If the Patriots win another one, we might as well just call it
It's rigged.
a
Yeah,
wrap.
call it that it's rigged.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
then
know.
we just take the Browns out and throw in Alabama, Roll Tide, and
No
take
Roll
it.
Tide. Not around here.
War Eagles.
There
Sorry
you go.
about that, War Eagles.
There you go. I'll
And
take
some
a.
Go Razorbacks, 'cause
I'll-
nobody likes the.
I was about to say I'll take the what is it? What is the Razorbacks? Is it Suey or something? Ooh,
Ooh, Big Suey, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
that over a Roll Tide any day. TJ
Me too.
TJ sitting behind me here. He's a big Alabama fan. But
oh man, we got to get him back on the right track.
no, it ain't gonna happen. He's Roll Tide forever.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, he spent one too many weekends when he was a kid at his pawpaw's house.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. So yeah, you're going with go Eagles.
Yeah, I'm going with it. I'm not watching the game. I'll watch the score, but
Are you not really?
Yeah, I can't see him do it. It's what's going to happen. So it's like watching the NCAA championship for football. Alabama's going to win everything, so I didn't even watch it. So I don't know. I'm going to watch The Bachelor instead. Actually.
Well, you enjoy that.
Yeah.
We're gonna let you go, and
Sounds good.
yeah, we'll you have a good night, and we'll talk to you
All
soon.
right.